I'm eating homemade avocado toast.
Disgusting.
Hey, you want to know what's disgusting, guys? It's that
here we
Clint doesn't like avocados, okay?
I like a good guac that's heavily salted to hide the avocado taste. But anything else that you do with avocado, stay 10 feet away from me.
No booze.
You're listening to Know This, a podcast where two friends test each other on random trivia topics that we find interesting. But really, it's just us hanging out and hoping we'll learn a thing or two. I'm Clint.
I'm Jeremy.
Finish eating, you fat ass. God.
Sorry, guys.
Ew. So Jeremy, the Billboard charts. Know this?
Oh, okay.
You don't.
Like, are you asking about like what's on the chart right now, or just in general?
We'll get to it, man.
God,
You'll find
okay.
out.
Well, for someone who listens to music so very rarely, sure, you know,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this, because it's gonna be some fun guesses. All right, salutations, fat ass.
Just because I don't eat lunch sometimes, okay? Because I'm too busy working, making money for the both of us.
What? Both of us? I'm not getting anything on my end.
I'm trying to make money to support our podcast career right now. So I need to work, and I don't have time to take a lunch break. So I got to eat later when we're doing our recording right now.
Liar.
What? It's true.
All right, that's it for salutations, guys. What's up with you, man?
I don't know. It's weird. I played golf on Monday, and I think I gave
Real
myself
golf?
whiplash. No, I just went to the golfing range.
So real golf, not like mini golf.
Well, yeah, real golf.
Oh,
I'm not going to say I went golfing when I went mini golfing. Like, when you do the skee ball, you don't say, I went bowling, okay?
It does two different things.
When you play ping pong, you don't say, oh, yeah, I was playing tennis just a minute ago.
That is not just two different. Whatever. Wait, you just went to a range?
It's fun. I like to consider it like a batting cage.
Uh-huh.
All you're doing
Yeah.
is really hitting. That's all you really care for. And so when you do a golfing range, it's kind of the same thing because you set up a tee, you set up the ball, and you just whack it as hard as you can. So it's kind of like a stress reliever. I kind of just like swinging as hard as I can and seeing the ball fly.
Yeah, but you got whiplash, so. It's on
Yeah,
you.
I don't know how that happened. Like, I think I was like, hitting it, and because, you know, like the golf ball is like really small, right? And on a sunny day, if it's flying really fast, you can't even see your own ball.
I can see my ball.
Yeah, the only one.
Hey.
You missed another one.
No, it's
Are
shy.
you part of the Lance Armstrong Club?
He's missing one ball too?
You didn't know that?
Oh, okay.
He's famous for that, man. He only
I
got
thought
like
it
a
was
left
just-
testy now.
Oh, I thought it was just Hitler that had one ball. Okay.
What?
There's a rumor. I don't know if it's true. I think they just did that rumor just because it's Hitler, but I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All right, let's talk about the Billboard charts.
Oh, what a great segue.
What about the Billboard charts, Clint? Well, I'll tell you, Jeremy. What do you know about the Billboard charts, Jeremy?
Wait, you didn't even tell me anything then. You
Not
asked
yet.
yourself a question, and then you asked me a question?
No, hold on. Oh, wait, Clint, let's ask Jeremy first. Jeremy.
God, this is so weird. Oh, to get back onto the topic, I mean, I know
Yeah.
there's like Billboard Top 100,
Uh-huh.
and that's like big. I think that's like an American thing, or maybe there's a world Billboard. I don't know. Okay, so I use this thing called Spotify, not a sponsor, but you know, I use that and I'll listen. Sometimes there'll be a playlist and I'll use it, and it's usually like, oh, Billboard Top 100 or something like that. And it has international songs, but I just don't really know if it's a international thing. And all I know is that it's really big to be on billboards because it kind of shows whether your song is good or not. You know, like if you hit up there, then you know it's popular enough and it will do well. But that's pretty much all I know about the billboards.
So we're actually talking about real billboards, like what you see on the freeways.
No, you liar.
So yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. So Billboard charts are important for charting the top songs and the top albums. Those are like their biggest charts. So the top songs charts is called the Hot 100, and those are basically the top 100 songs in America. But it's any song that's being played over and over again in America. So it can be an international song. It's just the songs that are being played in the US. They usually do like a week And then there's the Billboard 200, which are the top 200 albums of a week in America as well. And then Billboard charts has a bunch of different charts that they have for different genres. But what we're going to focus on in this episode is the Hot 100 and the Billboard 200, which is for songs and for albums. So I think a lot of it is going to be like trivial.
Isn't most of our stuff like
if you're new to this podcast,
it's trivial.
What I mean by that is just we're not really going to get into like nitty gritty stuff. I don't even know how many questions I'm going to ask you. It's going to be a bunch of questions because it's going to be like not like long answers. So we're going to see how that goes. So yeah, for people that are new, I'm just going to ask Jeremy questions about the Hot 100 and the Billboard 200, and then we're gonna see what his guesses are without me trying to help him. And then after that, we're gonna take a little break and then tell him the answers to the questions that I asked. And at the end of our podcast, we're gonna end with our brand new segment called
Fact from the Past.
Ooh.
We're gonna try out a new segment, guys. So we'll get there when we get there.
Here we go. Let's get into some questions. We're going to focus on the Hot 100 first. So typically, the Hot 100 combines single sales, their radio airplay, their digital downloads, and their streaming activity. And they combine that from over a week, and they decide what are the top songs of the week are.
Okay.
So that's how the Hot 100 works. And of course, there's like superstars, like super pop stars and like people that are really popular and they make good songs and have lots of fans. So of course, they have some records in the Hot 100, right? Like most hits, most blah, 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 whatever. So we're going to get into that. Let me see if you can guess some of the records that artists hold or which artists hold these records.
Beyonce.
I wish.
Oh, dang, it's not Beyonce? Damn. Okay.
Well, not this question. I'm going to give you that one. All right, so let's get into which artist do you think has the most number one singles?
Most number one single.
Yeah.
And it's an artist? So it's not a band.
Could be a band.
You're not going to help me out there?
Okay, fine. It's a band.
Oh, yeah.
That's so easy.
Nice. Awesome, thanks.
That's so easy to guess.
It's the Beatles.
No.
It's the Beatles. It's not the Beatles?
It's 3 Beyoncés. Okay, so you think the Beatles have the most number one singles?
I think so. They're so famous. Everybody knows about their stuff. It's the Beatles.
All right, so the Beatles is your guess. So if you think they have the most number one singles, how many number one singles do you think they have?
7. Wait, I must say...
You think 7?
I mean, okay, well, because that's our thing. We're supposed to guess 7.
But...
I feel like you only ever have like one per album. I want to say like 12. Yeah, I'm going to just say 12.
Okay, 12. So you think it's the Beatles and you think they've had 12 number one hit songs. All right, so we're going to stick to this number one single stuff. Who do you think is number 2 in that list of most number one singles?
Ooh, number 2. I'm like trying to think of old people. But then maybe there's like young people like, you know, like Ed Sheeran or maybe Jay-Z. Jay-Z sounds like he would be a person. Kanye? No, I'm going to say... but like, is it pop? I feel like pop people it's more different. Like Jay-Z wouldn't be in the pop top 100 list. And I feel like you'd be more excited about Beyonce if I said Beyonce and then you'd be like, ooh, Beyonce, and you'd be like more thinking about it. But you wouldn't have made that joke as much. So I'm going to say my thought process.
Okay. All the single ladies? Okay.
I can't think. This is terrible. I'm going to say Jay-Z. I don't know.
Okay. Jay-Z. All right. So we're still going to focus on the number one songs. But now we're going to look at most weeks spent on number one. And the number one holder of the most weeks spent on number one. So consecutive weeks. Like they never let go of that number one. They were on there for like multiple weeks. And this song was recent. And they have this record. Can you guess what song it is?
Ed Sheeran.
What song?
I don't know. What was his latest? What was it?
You really love Ed Sheeran, huh?
It's the only one I can think of, man. I really have no idea, man.
Ed you can't even guess what song.
Yeah, that shows you how much I know about music. What's the dun 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 dun? Your body is a love, and I make love with your body, and your body's when I love. Shape of You? Yeah, Shape of You. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. The way you did that song, we're never going to get copyrighted because no one will guess.
So I think we're good.
All right. Okay, so you think Shape of You by Ed Sheeran has had the most weeks at number one. Consecutive weeks. Like, never let go of it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, because everyone loves the Shape of You, man. Oh. Well, maybe not your shape, Clint.
Wait. Thanks for that slight insult, you asshole. All right. So let's move on from that and let's talk about what do you think was the number one song on your birthday was?
God, what the hell is it? I was like, I swear, dude, if you were going to ask me a specific year or something, I
will.
don't know. 1996.
What do you think the number one song was?
I don't know. Were the Beatles still alive back then?
No. I'm going to tell you that no.
Okay. Oh, damn, dude, wait, Queen? Would have Queen be the band?
Okay, let's move on.
Oh, well.
My hint is it was a Spanish song. I don't know if that's going to help.
Spanish song. Despacito.
Okay, you think
was Despacito the number one song? Damn. There's too many songs, man. Because I'm trying to backtrack and I'm thinking Despacito was like the most played song of all time on YouTube. So does that mean it's also like the best song on the billboards forever? I'm second guessing everything now.
I hate this.
Oh my God.
I hate this so much.
This is giving me so much stress, man. Okay. God, if this was like a test,
you would fail.
Okay.
You would not do well in this trivia night.
All right. To 1996, you know, ABBA was probably still going on, right? ABBA is.
You think they did a Spanish song? All right.
Oh shoot, you're right, Spanish. Oh no,
it's fine. Let's go with ABBA.
Spanish.
Mambo
number 5.
Oh. Okay. Mambo number 5 is your guess.
Is that even a Spanish song?
I'll tell you the answer later.
I don't even think there's any Spanish in that. Oh, God.
You'll find out after our break, okay? So let's move on from the number one songs. Let's move on from the Hot 100 and let's go to the Billboard one. So this is the albums, right? So what I'm going to ask you now is...
A little bit of something in my life. A little bit of...
Sounds so Spanish, huh?
In my wife. A little bit of something. Yeah, there's no Spanish in that song. It sounds like it. No, there's this song that's like the La Bamba or something. La Bamba, is that the word? Is that a word? Is that a song?
Yes,
La Bamba. La Bamba, la bandacito. Dun dun dun.
Dear God.
La Bamba. That's my song. That's the one I'm guessing. There's Spanish in that song.
Okay. So you're changing Mambo number 5 to La Bamba?
Yes, because that's a Spanish song.
All right. So let's move on. And of course, my question is, which artist do you think has the most number one albums?
No.
My hint is, this is going to help you out. It's the same artist that has the most number one singles.
Oh, well then obviously the Beatles.
It's Queen.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Beatles. Okay. I swear, if it is the Queen. If it
the
is
Queen.
I'm gonna be
yes,
so
the
sad.
Queen has. It's Queen Elizabeth. Listen to my new single, y'all. Alright, okay. So you think it's the Beatles. Who you think is number 2?
Oh, God. It's probably someone old, isn't it? It's probably someone so old.
Alright. That's mean.
Who's old? Who's old but has like a lot of good albums? Queen. I'm gonna say Queen.
Okay.
I have to guess Queen somewhere.
Alright. And last question. Who has the most consecutive number one studio albums? Like album after album, it kept hitting number 1. Like consecutively. They didn't skip a beat.
Obviously, Beyonce. I'm just gonna say
she's
Beyonce.
had that much albums?
What's the record? Do you know what the record is for like the most consecutive?
I have the number, but I'm not gonna tell you.
I'll just say Beyonce. I don't know. It's probably the Beatles again. I swear, it's probably the Beatles. Every answer is the Beatles.
Every answer is the Beatles. All right. Well, that's it for my questions, man.
Oh, God. Is the Beach Boys in one of these? Because I remember you talking about the Beach Boys in the Manson Family episode. And like, they're pretty popular, right? Are they a thing?
Let's talk about it after this break, okay? Go take a break, go de-stress, go on a spa day, and we'll talk about your answers. Wait. Actually, before we take a break, how do you feel?
Stressed.
This is the most stress I've seen you with our questions.
I'm getting armpit sweat, man. I'm getting sweaty right now.
It's just the charts, man. It's not a big deal.
I know so little about music and about who people are, and I barely even know pop song, let alone anything else, okay?
Yeah, this is why I wanted to do this episode. But alright, let's take a break, go de-stress, and we'll be back after this. We're back from a break, and I'm gonna give you some answers, Jeremy. So you actually did surprisingly well, man.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, look at that.
But
Master Guesser, hit me up at that trivia
Hold
night.
on.
You want me
Hold
as your
on.
boy. Let me hit you with that Billboard music stuff, okay? I
calm
got you.
down.
You don't have to know what song's doing number one right now. It don't matter. I got you.
No hints, huh? All right. Let's get to some answers, Jeremy. We talked about which artist has the most number one singles, and your guess was the Beatles because why not the Beatles? Hey. Anyways, so you're correct. It's the Beatles. The Beatles are the artist that has the most number one singles, and your guess of how many they have, you said 12. You're wrong on that end. They have 20 number one singles. So
Yeah.
that's a lot. But good for
Same
them,
thing.
I guess.
12,
Okay.
20.
And then I asked you who the number two artist was with the most number one singles, and you said Jay-Z, because why not? And it's not Jay-Z. It's actually Mariah Carey. The number
Ooh,
two
I totally
artist.
forgot about her.
You forgot, huh?
You know why? Because she can't sing no more, okay? She
can
old
still
ass
sing.
now.
She's just not as good as she was before.
She can't hit those whistle notes.
Hey, you hit those whistle notes. Ooh. Okay. And then I asked you, which song do you think has spent the most weeks at number one without ever leaving it? For some reason, you were like, Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. You're wrong.
God.
And actually, the song that spent the most weeks at number one is Old Town Road.
Is it really?
Yes.
Are you kidding
Yep.
me?
Yep. It has spent 19 weeks consecutively at number one.
Dang.
And that is currently the record right now. That was set in 2019 when Old Town Road came out.
Good for Lil Nas X, dude.
Yeah,
He deserves
man, for
it. He
him.
seems cool.
You know him?
Yeah, dude, we're buddies. We go way back.
Can we get him on the podcast?
All right, dude, anything's possible.
And I didn't ask you this, but the second song is a tie between One Sweet Day, which is a song by Mariah Carey and the Boyz II Men. I don't know if you know that song. And
One sweet day to
okay,
you.
let's not sing our
I'll make love
songs.
to you.
That's not that song, anyways.
Yeah, but it's Boys to Men, and that's all I know. That's the only song
this-
I know about Boys to Men.
And the second one is Despacito. So you were close. If you guessed
No.
Despacito, you could have been like part
Okay, I could have been a little less wrong. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying? I still would have been wrong.
You still would have been wrong, but both of those songs spent 16 weeks at number one. Let's move on from the Hot 100 and let's talk about the Billboard 200. I next asked you which artist has the most number one albums, and my hint was that it's the same artist as the 100. And since your guess was right for the Hot 100, it was the Beatles, of course, have the most number one albums,
There it is.
which isn't surprising. How many do you think they have?
20.
Oh, you're close. It's 19.
Oh. I feel like usually there's only one number one hit per album, right? Because if you think about it, only one song can be number one at any given time. And if you release the whole album, then only one of their songs can be the number one hit.
But a lot of albums have had multiple number one songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, such as Katy Perry. She had 5 number one hit songs in her album Teenage Dream.
Oh, dang, good for her.
Yeah, Katy Perry's Teenage Dream had 5 number one hit singles from her album, that one album, which is tied for the record with Michael Jackson's Bad. So her and Michael Jackson have a record together. Can you name the songs, those 5 songs from Teenage Dream that you think was number one?
Obviously Teenage Dream.
That's correct.
Fireworks. Fireworks. That's a song. That's from
Yeah,
there.
that's correct.
When you like a plastic bag, feeling
Okay,
fireworks.
we don't need to
lift
sing
up
it.
the wind.
Just say the singles, man.
That's all I know, man. What
All
else
right,
did
so the
Katy
other
Perry-
ones are
See, like, why is
California-
Katy Perry getting all this? Like, it's obviously she's not as good as Taylor Swift. Why isn't Taylor Swift on this list? Okay,
That's subjective, man. Subjective.
it's not. It's objective. Okay, everyone knows that Taylor Swift is better than Katy Perry. I'm
Does
just putting that
Taylor
out there.
Swift have 5 number one hit songs from just one album? No, she doesn't.
You know why? Because she releases an album like every single year because she's that good. How about you tell Katy Perry to give back Taylor Swift's backup dancers, okay? Tell her to stop stealing backup dancers from Taylor Swift, okay?
They're fine now. They're fans. They made up.
Whoa, that's what happens when you look at Taylor Swift and you're like, oh man, T-Swizzle, your records are so much better than mine. All right, okay.
All right, okay. You know what? We're going to move on from your Taylor Swift rant. He loves Taylor Swift, y'all. Okay? If that's not obvious from that rant. The other songs from that album that hit number one, or that you didn't name, is California Girls. That's one.
Oh, damn.
E.T., which is surprising because that song's kind of terrible, to be honest. I'm sorry. And Last Friday Night.
Oh, dude, those are all from the same album?
Yep. That was a good
Dang.
album. It was jammy
Was that her first album, too?
No, this was her third studio album.
Okay. Last Friday night. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Wait, isn't California Girls? Daisy
Yeah.
Dukes with Teen. Then what's the original? What's the other song? What's Teenage Dream?
Teenage Dream.
Those aren't the same song?
Nope.
That's not the same song? Oh my gosh, dude. My life is a lie right now.
What? Let's move up from Katy Perry. Let's move on. So the next question that I had was what you think the number one song was on your birthday. And your guess was, because I gave you the hint that it's a Spanish song, and your guess was it's La Bamba. That is not the correct answer. That was not the number one song during your birthday. The number one song was the Macarena. That was the number one song during your birthday.
Macarena?
Yeah.
God. Come on, it's not even that good of a song.
Hey, Macarena. Okay. So, back to our Billboard 200 questions. I then asked you what you think, or who do you think has the most consecutive number one studio albums, and you said it's Beyonce, which is wrong. It's not Beyonce. I wish it was Beyonce, but she doesn't have that many albums. So the correct answer is Jay-Z, actually. So her husband has the most consecutive number one albums. You could have used him for this one.
Gosh.
Can you guess how many you think he has?
11.
Damn, bro.
Ooh, am I right? Am I right?
You're on the dot, man. On the nose.
11.
Good job. Look at you.
In New York.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So yeah, Jay-Z has the most consecutive number one studio albums with 11. Next in that line is Eminem with 10. Beyonce's not on that list, but she does hold the record for being the only artist where all the albums that she has put out has hit number one. So she only has 6, but all 6 has hit number one. She is the first artist to do that. But yeah, so technically speaking, Paul McCartney has the most number one albums. So he had all that with Beatles, and he also has his own number one albums. But yeah, other trivial stuff. So the most top 10 singles, the artist that has most top 10, so all those, their music is Drake. He has 42 songs that have been in the top 10. So
dang.
Good for Drake.
I'm hearing a lot of hip hop in this Billboard list, you know?
Yeah,
Because
so
you're talking about how like Jay-Z and Eminem are having a lot of consecutive albums and everything like that.
Yeah.
And you're putting Drake now too.
A lot of the charts is still really pop heavy, but hip hop has really been also has a big presence in these charts. But again, there's a bunch of different charts on Billboard. Like there's a hot country chart, there's a baby lock them doors.
Those and turn them lights down low.
And yeah, there's different R&B charts. There's international songs. They have a world chart, so they have like what's really popular in the world, even world albums. So I'm sure every country has their own like actual charts for their country. So that's it for the Billboard charts. Hope you learned something. What do you think?
I don't even know what to think, man. You told me that I did well, but I don't really feel like I did that well. I feel like all I got was Beatles.
You got the Beatles. You got 11 for Jay-Z. Well, that was after the fact, but still.
That was after. You gave me the hint for Beatles too.
You were so stressed, man. I want to make you feel better.
By lying to me.
Hey, one man's lie is another man's treasure. But yeah, that's it for Billboard charts. What's next, Jeremy?
Well, we're at the end of our episode, so thanks for listening. But first, it's time for our fact from the past.
What's a fast fact? What is it?
Fact from the past.
So what's a fact from the past, Jeremy?
Well, now that you asked, Clint, Fact from the Past is our new segment to end our podcast, to round it out, to, show our fans that this is where we're going to end our episode so that you can get ready for your next recording. So Fact from the Past is where the participant, which is me for this week, will say a fact that we never mentioned before, but it's about a topic of a previously used episode.
Damn right.
So for this week, it's Dr. Seuss. You ready for me to drop some knowledge?
Knowledge. We're doing some things new, guys.
Yeah, like every single time.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm more ready than a steak that's been rubbed down and put on a grill.
Okay, so have you ever heard of the book If I Ran a Zoo?
No.
Okay, well, it's a Dr. Seuss book. If I Ran a Zoo is on record for being the first ever published recording of the word nerd.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know if he invented the word nerd, but he was the first person ever to actually put it into writing.
Does it mean the same thing as it is today?
I want to say no, just because when he wrote it in the book, it's like mixed in with a bunch of made up words.
Oh.
And it's just like different words that are pointing to different animals. And then one says a nerd, and then it's pointing to this like weird Dr. Seuss drawing. I'm reading this other article, and it's saying that the book that was published, If I Ran a Zoo, was published in 1950s. And then a year later, it appeared in a Newsweek article. And basically, it was teenage slang for a square.
Okay.
So that's my fact from the past.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Thanks for that fact from the past, Jeremy. Why don't you take us home?
As always, thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KnowThisPod. Please rate and review our podcasts on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. If you have any suggestions or for topics, and we've already been getting some, so thank you for that. Maybe you'll see some of our topics later. Put in our comments, or better yet, email us at theknowthispodcast@gmail.com.
Cover art by Amy Hoffman. Music by Karthik Prabhakaran. Edited and produced by Clint Valencia and Jeremy Mack. See you guys next week.
See ya.